back again.
Yeah, they put the money up, so we're back.
Anyway, welcome to another week of Baking Without Boundaries. We're going to do another relatively easy dish today. We're going to do lasagna.
Ooh.
Now, when I do lasagna at Cedar, I normally have a right-hand man there called Ron. And I always know him as Ronald McDonald. That's my affectionate name for him. And every time I see him on Cedar, I keep saying to him, Ronald, when I do lasagna, I need you here to do my cheese sauce. But obviously, oh sorry, not cheese sauce today, because it's lasagna. It was cheese sauce when we do vegetable lasagna. But anyway, I need Ron here to do it. So I can't wait till everything's back to normal, and then I can get Mr. McDonald to do the sauce for me. Because our lasagna just doesn't taste the same without his sauce.
He does a very good burger sauce as well.
He does, yes, he does. Anyway, so even without Ronald McDonald, we are now going to start with our lasagna. So if we're ready, you ready?
Yep.
Let's get started. Right, so just do your hands here a minute, Chris.
Yeah, I've done mine.
Yeah, and I've done mine. And now what I want you to do, please, Chris, with the help of Dad, is I'd like you to cut up the mushrooms and the onions.
Okay.
Now, we are putting mushrooms, onions, bacon, garlic and that in ours. Now, you don't have to put all that in if you don't want. You can just go with the minced beef and onion. I mean, you don't even have to put onion in if you don't want to, but it does give it a bit more flavour. Now, this is a lasagna for 4, so I'm using a 500-gram pack of lean minced beef here.
Mean mince.
Lean.
Oh, lean.
Not mean, lean.
Mean.
So that just goes in the saucepan and you basically just break it up. So I'm going to pop this on just to cook it down a bit, because unlike cottage pie, you don't put water in this, and you don't need any extra oil or anything. So I'm just going to pop that on just to brown it off. Right, so as I said, we are going to be putting some bacon into our lasagna today. So I'm just going to open this up. I'm just using smoked streaky bacon here because it's a lot more flavoursome.
They normally say about using pancetta, don't they?
They do say about using pancetta, but we've got
Bacon's just as good.
Yeah, and it's cheaper.
Much cheaper.
So I'm just going to take a couple of strips of this and add it into.
Quite expensive, Chris.
I'm going to add it into the mince, so that can cook through as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am going to put a bit more in, but I'm just going to give this a stir because this mince is starting to brown off now.
Lovely.
Right, Chris, if you could just start doing the onion for me.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm just going to pop a blob of butter into the jug here because we need to make our white sauce. So there's roughly about 1 ounce to 2 ounces in there, which is 25 to 50 grams. That should be more than enough for this. Now that's going to go in the microwave and melt down. So Chrissy, if I take over the onion from you, I'll take over the onion. But I want Chrissy to finish the sauce off, okay? Let go of your knife, love. Let go of the knife. Let go of the knife, Chris.
Negotiator in here.
Thank you. Right, I shall finish those off. And now with that that's melted down, I want you to roughly put one spoonful like this, look. About that sort of size, okay? You do that with Dad?
Yeah.
Right, so if I hold this and then you help Christopher with put the flour in. This is where it's probably going to go everywhere.
Not with our Chris, never.
Not with our Chris, okay. You have more faith in him than I do then.
No, I have absolutely no faith in him whatsoever when it comes to...
Hang on, hold it there. Nearly. That's it, now you've got to stir that around.
Okay. I might just.
Okay, well Dad will stir it around for you.
I don't think his hand will quite turn in that manner.
Now this, what's this called? Anybody remember? Roux.
Where are we?
That's it. This is called a roux. Okay, so now we've got that. We're now going to judge it. So if Christopher wants to hold it.
See, here we go, mate.
So you hold the jug, Christopher, and then Paul, do you want me to do it or are you going to do
I
it?
think you have to do it. Though,
Okay, right. So now we're going to just slowly add the milk. Oops, slowly add the milk and mix it round to a paste. And then gradually, as you're adding the milk, it will go to a sauce mixture. If you've got a few lumps and bumps in it, then don't worry, just use a balloon whisk or a hand whisk and those they will soon come out. But that is looking quite smooth.
that's fine.
So that's going to go into the microwave now on blast. You can do this on the hob, but if it goes, with it being on the hob, you have to keep your eye on it all the time. And with it being in the microwave, it's you just well yeah. I am known for letting things boil over, so Christopher, I'm just going to finish these onions, but with my own knife rather than yours, love, okay? I'm just going to chop them a little bit smaller. Right, so now we've brined off our mince and our bacon, I am now going to put just a tad of a spoonful, about that much, of garlic in.
About cloves in there, roughly.
Roughly about a clove. I mean, again, you can put more in just on your individual taste, really. Oh, by the way, we are making our sauce here from scratch. You can, if you want to, just buy a jar from the supermarket, whichever's more convenient.
Supermarket sauces are very nice, though.
Yes, they are. But to be fair, all that goes in here is what most people have got in their cupboards, to be honest. Yeah. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to pop a tin of chopped tomatoes in. Now I'm going to use my fancy super duper, so fancy that I've got to remember how it works.
What are you doing?
I know, hang on. Hey, there we go, I got it right. Oops. I got a bent end, have I?
Yeah.
Right, so let's take that off of there and just pop it there. So I'm going to tip the whole tin.
Whole tin in, lovely.
Of chopped tomatoes in. Now, Christopher, are you ready? Because
it's your time.
It's your turn to put some tomato puree in. So, Paul, you and I need to jump out the way. Actually, do you know what? I think we might need another tin. Actually, can we just get another tin before we do that?
Yes, certainly. I'll see what we've got in the stores.
So again, guys, if you're using 500 grams of mince, you need 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. The one underneath there, Paul. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't want to mix them up.
No, thank you. I mean, chopped tomatoes are chopped tomatoes, but right, let's see if I can do it again then, shall we?
You're lucky to do it the first time, love, so... Oh.
Hey, I've got the hang of it now.
So you can go in for gold.
I have got the hang of it now. There we go. Right, Christopher, I've put this in, so are you ready?
Well, no, he isn't quite, but he's nearly.
That's better, gives it a more saucy.
No, definitely not.
Saucy one. Right, are you ready?
Hang on.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hang on, be careful because it's open. It is already open.
Oh, no.
So you better get it. But try not to get him to touch the saucepan though, because.
Okay.
That's it, Chris. Squeeze it. Oh, careful, it's all going in your hand there. That's it. Squeeze it a bit more, You're going to use about half a tube of this. Oh, well done, Chris. You've got most of it in there. Just a little bit on your hands and Dad's hands. That will do lovely. Thank you. That's it. Knock that off. There you go. Right, so that's got that in there. And now we're going to add the onions in.
Well done.
So we'll stir all the onions round.
You do.
And now the mushrooms. Again, if you don't like mushrooms, don't put them in. You don't have to, but they just give it, again, a bit of extra flavour. And now the last thing to go in, well actually the last but one to be fair, I'm going to put some herbs in. I'm just going to put some mixed herbs in.
The Italian ones in the back here, lovely.
Where to?
They're in the clear plastic right box
There, right. So I'm just going to put a little bit of mixed Italian herbs in.
My favourite.
Again, they are optional, you don't have to.
Just gives them a little. I think you got enough in there. Though.
Right, okay. Sorry, it's just I couldn't see them, so.
No, you
Right, and then again, this is optional, but I am going to put a nice big glug of red wine into this one.
Very nice too.
But again, that is optional. There we go. And now that is going to go back onto the hob, just so that the mushrooms and the onions can just soften down a bit. They don't have to cook all the way through because they will cook when they go in the oven. So I'm just going to pop that back on there.
Right.
Just so that it, excuse me, just so that it will cook through a bit. There we go.
So how long will that take roughly?
That'll only take about five minutes for it to go like that, yeah.
Cool.
And then we'll do the next stage. Right, so now we've cooked our meat sauce. Thank you.
The meat sauce is all cooked.
Can you give the white sauce that Christopher made, Paul? Can you give it another whisk, please?
Yeah.
So we're just going to pop the meat sauce onto the bottom of the tin. Spread it across the bottom of the tin. Cool. Those smells are coming up at me. I'm glad I only put a tiny bit of garlic in. That's enough to clear anyone's sinuses. Whew. So you just put a layer like that and put that there. Then we're going to have a layer of lasagna sheets. Now these are the ones that don't need soaking first.
So what's the difference between this and bechamel sauce, or is this a bechamel
That
sauce?
is a bechamel sauce,
It is a bechamel,
yeah.
right.
It's just bechamel sauce, white sauce, it just depends. Yeah, and like I said, if you were doing a vegetarian lasagna here, you would use a cheese sauce.
So if this was Marks and Spencer's, that would be bechamel sauce, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Wait, can I have the whisk, please?
You
then?
certainly can.
I know you like cheese sauce, Christopher.
Yeah, you
So now we're going to put, over the
top.
top of our lasagna sheets, we're going to put some of the white sauce.
Bechamel.
Bechamel. If you want to be posh.
Yes, we are.
Just spread that over the top of
This is
the lasagna
artisanally
sheets.
Lasagna.
Pardon?
Artisan made lasagna.
Right, it doesn't matter so much about covering the lasagna on the bottom because you're going to have another layer of meat sauce, but you must make sure the sheets are covered on the top. So I'm going to now put the rest of the meat sauce over that. There we go, then you spread that out as well.
All right.
Oh, Paul, could you turn the
Yep.
the hob off, please?
Yep.
There we go. So
Nice.
spread that across the top. Now, what I'm going to do here is
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to put the sheets on, but I'm going to push them down into it so that it does come up over it a little bit, because that will help to soften the sheets up. Because, like I said, you don't have to pre-soak these. If you want to use some that you pre-soak, you just soak them first and then you put them on all squidgy.
Right.
It's entirely up to you how you do it. Well, you say yuck, Christopher. Some people like soft lasagna to work with.
Fresh lasagna is only soft.
A fresh lasagna, yeah. If you make the lasagna yourself, it is only it is soft. Right, so now we just put the rest of the white sauce over, or bechamel, as Paul wants to call it
Yes,
from now
bechamel,
on.
please, if you don't mind.
Oops. Right, there we go.
This isn't just any old white sauce.
This is Rosie's white
This
sauce.
is Rosie Bowden's bechamel sauce.
I think if M&S used that as the voice on their adverts, they
You
would
wouldn't get many
probably not
people.
have as many sales.
You'd have a lot of complaints about it.
It's not quite the sensual, sexy voice that they've been using
Excuse
recently.
me, Barry White did all right on it.
What do you mean?
Barry White.
Yeah, well, Barry White actually did smoke about 40 a day, 60 a day. You sound like you do.
Come on, then let's get your best M&S voice then, Mum.
This here be M&S stuff. This is lovely bechamel. It's proper.
Let's get your best voice. Or your Nigella.
Oh yeah, she got a Nigella.
Oh no, I haven't got no jello, no.
Let's see your Nigella then.
Let the inner Nigella come out. And darlings, this is how you do it, you see.
That's more Kenny Everett.
Yeah, that was definitely more Kenny, wasn't it? He's a bit of a
Right,
hero of mine.
okay. This isn't just any white sauce.
This is
This
bloody
is-
good white sauce.
This isn't just any white sauce. Yeah, you're right. This is damn good white sauce. Homemade. Anyway, what I normally do is this would go into the oven. I've got cheese.
Oh, I thought
This would go into the oven for about 30 minutes on 180, gas 5, here we go again. Other type of oven, number 6. No, 200, isn't it? That's gas again. 200, no, 190. 190.
Oh, yeah, we're going to sit on this number. We're going to shout house in a minute.
Right, yeah.
Hold up there.
We are not playing house, yeah, we're not playing bingo. Right, so it's 180, gas 5, electric 190.
Yeah, something like that.
That's it, yeah.
Leave
So.
on water the line.
No, that would normally go in for half an hour. And then you take it out and you put your cheese on. But for the purpose of the filming, guys, I'm going to put the cheese on now. So you just pop your cheese across the top. Because I'm going to put a little bit on now and then another lot on, Christopher, before. So you just put your cheese on the top. And then that will go back into the oven for about 15 minutes. So altogether it cooks for about 45 minutes. And that is how you do a nice, quick and easy
It was quick.
lasagna.
It was quick, wasn't it? I was surprised.
If you're making a vegetable one, you do it exactly the same, apart from you use things like mushrooms, onions, peppers, courgettes, tomatoes, cherry tomatoes.
Plastic
me.
wrapping, cardboard.
No, you wouldn't use plastic wrapping and cardboard. You would still use the garlic. You would still use the herbs. You would still use the tin tomatoes. You would still use the white sauce. If you want to do it vegan wise, then you just use vegan cheese and obviously the sort of milk that you
Don't venture into things you're not familiar with.
No.
Just stay there.
But let's put it
Stick
this
with
way,
me.
if you are vegan, you can make a vegetable lasagna vegan.
You can.
So yes. So anyway, that's our lasagna, and obviously we'll when that comes out the oven, we'll show you what it looks like.
Wow. Cheerio, me dearios.
And now I will just say, before Christopher,
Time for us to go now.
thank you so much for joining us
Oh,
again
don't
this
she
week.
thank you so much for joining us. It's so lovely. Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming to see us this week.
Hang on, we've been doing
Is that better?
we've been doing Yorkshire, haven't we?
Yorkshire.
Oh, we've been up Yorkshire way, haven't we? You know
When?
that. Well, on telly.
We've been watching the Yorkshire Vet.
All creatures grunt and smell.
Oh, yeah. I'll never think of it by the same name again now.
Why?
Yeah, we've been watching All Creatures Great and Small on BritBox right from the beginning, and we're up to nearly the end
We're
of the
nearly
series
there now.
Oh,
I could
do love
deliver a
that
calf,
series.
no problem.
Yeah, I think I know how to deliver a cow now. I certainly know how to inspect one. You don't call it
And I
inspect,
could
do you?
castrate a pig without any problem whatsoever.
I'll leave that side of it to you. Examine, that's the word I'm looking for. I certainly know how to examine
Oh yes.
a cow now.
About up to there.
No, well, no, but you got to have the
Oh yes, you go all the way up.
the
Yeah.
plastic thing right up to there, yeah, and you've got to go on your side, like, and you've got to go. Anyway, enough of that.
Just as well.
Where were we?
Oh,
Where
the
were
ice
we?
is
Yes.
getting the water there.
Yeah,
so-
goodbye, that's right, we
goodbye.
were, yes, so
Carry on with
thank you,
your-
thank you so much for joining us, everybody.
I think you got distracted there.
Yeah, we did, by cow's bums.
It wasn't their
Hopefully,
bumps I was thinking of there, but yes.
hopefully you'll join us again next week when we should be a little bit more on the
Organised.
same planet as you lot, I think.
What? No chance.
No, I don't think that will ever happen. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, and all that's left to say is cheerio, me dearios,
Cheerio, me dearios.
and we'll see you all next week.
Also, Sydney.
Bye everyone, bye.
Bye.